We're about to put these tires on that road and talk all about traffic. In this video, we're going to talk about the traffic in Mobile, Alabama. Now, Mobile is not that big, but let me tell you something. If you've lived here as long as I have, you know that some parts of the day can be crazy busy, and other parts, like this, well, not much traffic at all. So we're going to talk about everything, and at the end of the video, we're going to talk about the street that gets the worst reputation in all of Mobile. Hey, my name is Jeff Jones with Keller Williams right here in the beautiful city of Mobile, Alabama. Now, every single day I'm getting reach outs from folks who are wanting to know more information about moving to this city I've lived my entire life. So call the number on the screen, shoot me a message. Any way you want to reach out, I'll be happy to answer your questions. I love looking down at my phone. It's a number I don't recognize, and it's one of you all who want to know more information. So do that, but don't forget to like and subscribe because we're dropping a new video every single week about this beautiful place I call home. Hey, so we're going to try not to get killed walking across the street. This is Hillcrest Road, and here's the thing. This is one of the busiest streets in all of West Mobile. In fact, at 5 o'clock traffic, Hillcrest is backed up for probably half a mile that way, and we're going to talk about that in this video. And we're going to pull out on Hillcrest, then we're going to go down to Cottage Hill Road, we're going to connect on Government Street, hit the interstate, and we're going to hit that big street that I told you about that has the worst reputation. So let's get in the car and make it happen. All right, so we're pulling out on Hillcrest Road, and we're heading, we're heading south on Hillcrest. We're coming up on like a middle vein that runs through West Mobile called Grelot Road. So we're going to make a left on Grelot, if we can make it through here. Now, if you live in West Mobile, you know, okay, I did not make the turn lane. That's okay, we'll just sit here. But it's a good time to talk about traffic. So if you think about right here in this area, you've got a Starbucks, you've got a pharmacy, you've got a McDonald's, you've got like a mom and pop restaurant called Ollie's, and then back there you've got this amazing pizza place called Nino's that I've talked about a lot. So when probably 4:30, 4:45, traffic at this intersection can be crazy. It's backed up probably half a mile. You have to sit through several light cycles. The problem is, because of the way the infrastructure is laid out, it's not like we can add another lane. So if you live in this area, you just got to kind of deal with it. But then after like 5:30, maybe 5:45, smooth sailing, and you're good to go. So that's the story of the intersection of Hillcrest and Grelot Road. But now, on to Knollwood. Okay, so we were on Hillcrest, then we went to Grelot, and now we're on Knollwood. Now, if you look here, you're going to see this is Cottage Hill Road, and it's, you know, almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so the traffic's not that bad. But here's the thing: if you look down west, you're going to see that down west on Cottage Hill, you've got a lot more traffic. You've got Mobile Christian School, you've got neighborhoods that I've talked about a lot. You've got Hickory Ridge, you've got different places. So traffic can be crazy that way. Now they just put in some new restaurants, you got a grocery store, and 5 o'clock traffic, I mean, it's probably backed up at least half a mile, and you just, man, you sit there in traffic, put it in park, and just chill out because you're going to be a while. But again, after about 5:45, it clears out pretty well, you're good to go. Now, as we head this way, down east on Cottage Hill, we're gonna show you some of the areas that can be pretty congested, but everything at 5 o'clock, 5:30 on Cottage Hill seems to be heading out west because everybody's driving home, because that's the section that's growing the most in all of Mobile. Okay, so we're on Cottage Hill. We're heading east, headed towards downtown. Now, I would normally take Demetropolis down to Government, because that's where we're gonna end up, is on Government Street. I did a video tour of Government. You can check the link below. I'll show you that full tour. I would take Demetropolis, but what I'm gonna do is show you the shortcut that all the locals know about of how to get from Cottage Hill over to Government down by the interstate. A little bit of a secret, so we're gonna cover that next, but that's what you do if you're trying to like beat the traffic, find a little shortcut. I think it works, maybe save a couple minutes, and every minute counts when you're in traffic. Okay, now this is just an example. When you're on Cottage Hill, see this guy right here? Yep, traffic guard, school traffic. You're gonna see several places that have that, but hey, it only lasts for a little while, and then as soon as the school's out, traffic's gone, we're back in business. All right, so we're heading east on Cottage Hill, and we're gonna go through that shortcut like I mentioned. Now, if you're a really big local, capture this right here. You're gonna take this, this side street here and try to beat the red light, and which I have clearly done, or I've beaten all these folks back here, because you don't want to get backed up behind this guy who's not turning. So you're going to come up here to the stop sign, and you're going to take Lakeside Drive from Cottage Hill all the way over to Government Street. And it's just this windy road, and it gets there a lot quicker. All right, so we are leaving Lakeside, and we're getting on Government Street, and we're heading east on Government, and we're going to get on the interstate. Now, the reason we're getting on the interstate is to show you that in Mobile, actually two of the largest, I guess the longest interstates in the country intersect together, and it goes all over this country. So here we are now, 5 o'clock traffic. Again, this place is crazy. Now, if you head that way, if you take I-65 south, it takes you down to I-10, and it can take you to the Eastern Shore or all the way to California. So we're on Government Street going east, and now we're going to get on I-65 north. And so we're taking this big circle, and I-65 north is going to take us to that one street that I mentioned that has the worst reputation of all. All right, so I'm on I-65 headed north. Of course, this will take you, well, I think it'll take you all the way to Chicago. But during the mornings, this is when this area can be really rough. School traffic can be pretty bad. At 5 o'clock, of course, is bad, but what's really crazy is I-65 headed north if there's a hurricane and people are leaving. Man, this place is nuts. I mean, it's just terrible. But, you know, that's what happens. And then, of course, in the summer, spring break, I-65 heading south is crazy because people are going down to I-10 so they can go to the beach. Okay, so one of the things that makes this intersection so crazy, now remember, just got off of I-65. I'm about to head out west on Airport Boulevard. That's the street, Airport Boulevard. But the thing that makes this so crazy is right at the hub, you've got two malls down here. So you've got Bel Air Mall, or now it's called the Shops at Bel Air. And then across the street, what used to be Springdale Mall. But you've got Sam's Club, you've got Michael's, you've got Ulta, just a lot of different places, a lot of restaurants. So all of that together, man, Christmas time, Black Friday, those kind of things, this place is like a zoo right here. All right, so this is it, Airport Boulevard. Now keep in mind, it's only like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but it's pretty busy traffic, of course, going both directions. You got all kind of restaurants, shops, everything in this area. And people are getting off of the interstate. They're either heading west like we are, or they're heading east, headed toward Midtown and downtown. But this is a crazy busy place. And one of the reasons why is because you've got the Festival Center here. This has got a lot of activity, a lot of restaurants. You've got Home Depot, and of course you've got neighborhoods on this other side. So this is just a really, really busy place. Mont Lamar takes you back over to Cottage Hill. This is just a very busy section, and it's fairly busy. In fact, we got a cop going up here. Something's going on. We'll show you that here in just a second. All right, and yep, just like you would expect on the busiest street, we've got a wreck on Airport Boulevard. I didn't plan it, folks. I'm just here capturing the reality. Multiple car accident. And so, yep, it's all about the reality of Airport Boulevard. still on Airport Boulevard, heading out west. I talked about this in my other video where I did a full tour of Airport. I'll link that below. But here's the thing, we're approaching one of the busiest intersections. You've got Airport Boulevard and it crosses over University. Now, why is this busy at, well, 3:08 in the afternoon? The reason why is because the University of South Alabama is just down the road, down University, hence the name University. So that's why it's busy. And this is just, you know, a hub. You've got a Publix grocery store here. You've got gas stations, a bank, you've got restaurants, you've got all sorts of things right here on Airport. So keep that in mind. If you buy a house in West Mobile, you got to keep in mind, you may want to be close to Airport for transportation, but it can be a little noisy. So you take the good with the bad. All right, you see this right here? What are we going through? One more red light. That's one of the things about Airport Boulevard is there are a lot of lights. Now you can time it just right. I don't know how to time it just right. When it happens, and you look around and you're like, holy cow, I cannot believe I made it all the way down Airport without stopping. It's pretty rare, but I've done it before. But Airport has a lot of lights. Now, what we're doing is we're coming back up on Hillcrest, which if you'll remember, that's where we started. So Hillcrest is a very busy intersection as well. Still not too bad. It's only, about 3:10, 3:11 in the afternoon. But again, I mean, these cars are passing me like I'm standing still. So you have to kind of be careful of that. And then of course, you probably heard the steering wheel vibrate. The potholes are not the greatest on Airport. But the great thing about Airport, you know, I've said a lot of bad things. The great thing about Airport is that you can get just about anywhere in Mobile by going down Airport. It is the main road and it's where everything comes together. And it keeps everything connected. Okay, so before we wrap up, I wanted to catch some video so you could see another angle of one of the busiest intersections in Mobile. This is Airport, and this is Hillcrest. Now that'll take you to South Alabama, and that will take you to my office. Well, it'll also take you to Krispy Kreme, but that's a whole nother subject. And anyway, this is how crazy it can be. And remember, this is only about 3:20 in the afternoon. When it's 5 o'clock, it is bumper to bumper. But yeah, this is a little bit of insight into what traffic on Airport Boulevard can be like. And we're back at the office on Hillcrest Road. So that's the thing. Hey, if it had been at 5:30, it would have been a lot busier, but I was able to make it pretty quickly because it was only 3:30. So here's the thing, folks. If I can help you in any way, don't be afraid to shoot me a message. If you have any questions, no question is too small. We'll be happy to answer anything you send us our way. And drop a comment below if I didn't cover something. You know, say you're considering moving here and you're just not quite sure what it's really like, and you've watched all my videos and I didn't answer your questions, shoot a comment below and I'll be happy to answer it. But don't forget, like and subscribe, because each week we're dropping a new video about this amazing city called Mobile, Alabama.